Hi, welcome back to our channel. First of all, thank you so much for all your love comments so far. If this is the first time you are visiting our channel, can I request you to please hit the subscribe button and the bell notification so that whenever we do any videos around finance, accounting, careers, you get to know. Now, moving on to today's video, I wanted to do a very short video on what are the most common mistakes that you need to avoid on a resume. Now, I'm sure if you look around, there are plenty of players who will help you with making your resumes. However, at the end of the day, you are the owner of that resume. Therefore, you still need to make sure that your resume is ready for the job you're applying for. So, one of the first mistakes that you need to avoid is making the resume too lengthy. Irrespective of whatever number of years of experience you have, and trust me, I have worked with people who've got 25, 30 years of work experience as well, and believe you me, their resume is not longer than a two-pager, right? So if you're someone who's only worked 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, how can it be for you? So therefore, do not load or do not make your resume too long. If you're going to overload information on your resume, what are you going to say in the interview? If you're going to tell each and everything that you've done at work on your resume itself, there's nothing there that you're going to speak in the interview round. So therefore, make sure that it is nice pen, crisp, and to that effect comes our next point is please highlight the right skills, because what people do, and trust me, this happens all the time. Let's say I am someone who understands management accounting, I understand audit, tax, IFRS, etc., and the job that I'm applying for is someone who is an expert in management accounting. But my skill set, where I've highlighted that, hopefully you do as well, is that you've highlighted IFRS knowledge. Now, would the HR be interested in hiring someone who only has IFRS and not the skill set that is required by the job? Therefore, can you please make sure that whenever you are sending your resume for a job, it is aligned to the skill set that the job requires you to, right? So look at the JD and make sure that your resume is in line with the skills required. And look, it's not even just about the HR or the person who's recruiting. Today, in the world of AI, there is a software which is called ATS, Applicant Tracking System. What it does is that it does go through your resume and it looks for those keywords that the JD is looking for. So therefore, if your resume does not have those skill sets, the AI decides your resume not to get shortlisted, and now you're wondering, why did I not get that call even though I was the right fit? You may be the right fit, but your resume was not. So therefore, second mistake to avoid is not highlighting the skills. Make sure that you have identified all the core competencies that you have, which by the way matches the JD, is highlighted, right? Now, the third thing is, and trust me, again, you will feel, oh, how can people be really stupid? But avoid any grammatical or any typo errors. Look, the resume is your first impression. And if you are going to send a resume where there are grammatical mistakes, there is a the missing, an e missing, or there is any kind of typo error. I've seen people not putting in their correct numbers, not putting their email IDs correctly. Don't do that, right? Because those are some very basic hygiene things. If you are making a mistake in such things, what kind of an impression are you showing to the recruiter? Because the recruiter at the end of the day only knows you right now from your resume, and if they see that you're not able to take care of such a small thing, right, how are you going to be able to take up a job which has salaries of 5, 10, 20 lakhs and whatnot, right? So please make sure that there are no grammatical mistakes, there are no typo errors in your resume, right? The fourth thing, and people do not know this or do not do this very often, but you should do it, and that is, what is your X factor? Are you jumping out of your resume? Is there anything on your resume that tells the recruiter that yes, Zahir is the person that I want to work with, he is my right candidate, he is the choice? What are you doing in your resume that will tell the recruiter that it is you? Because remember, they will get, I think as per some survey, I can't quote which survey, but it said that almost every job today has over 1,000 applicants, and you can see that on LinkedIn as well, that whenever there is any opportunity, you can see the number of applicants. So if the HR has shortlisted, let's say 10 resumes, what will make sure that you are the first person who gets invited for the interview? So talk about anything that you've done which probably others wouldn't have. Are you part of any focus groups? Were you able to deliver any kind of youth savings? Were you a winner of some kind of innovative award? Did you bring any kind of work from anywhere? Because in my world where I was, working for an outsourcing firm, these are the kind of things that we could highlight. Right? So look, in your area, what are those key things that you can really talk about? Because the HR really wants to see the X factor in you, right? So make sure that you've highlighted that X factor and put that on your resume. And then the last thing, and again you will think, why am I telling you? But believe you me, there are still enough stupid people to do that, is lying on their resume. Don't do that, right? Period. The answer is very simple. Don't do that, because look, in the world of today where everything is available on social media, at a click of a button, anyone can connect with people who you are working with, your bosses, your HR, your peers, and it is very easy to find out what Zahir was doing at EY or Soprasteria or WNS, right? So therefore, do not lie on your resumes that you did all the things in the world, because for a person who's interviewing you, they can really figure out, because then when they're gonna ask you some technical questions, you're gonna mess there, right? So therefore, do not do that. And even if you're able to answer, if there is any kind of background check, and if it come out negative, that will stay with you, and it will be a very, very negative impact for your future applications as well. So therefore, very important, do not lie on your resume. So look, the list can be endless, but I think that these are the most common mistakes that people do on your resume. So therefore, you should avoid all of them. And if you still have any challenges with your career, please feel free to write in to us. You can always click on the link given in the comment section to reach out to us. And on that note, all the very best. Thank you.